Let's go sketch an orange with pencil and just a touch of charcoal. To begin with, I am using 6 by 4 inch watercolor paper. I like the texture and I like the edging, a little irregular. I love it for watercolors and also for sketching. So to begin with, I am very lightly sketching the outside of the orb of this orange and adding a little bit of the detail to the stem and also a little of a leaf coming up here. And just bring it out. My objective is to get a gentle outline and establishing a general sense of the composition that I want. So I have another tutorial on just shading an orb. You can look that one up. But here I'm going to be imagining my light source up to the left, and you will see that I'm going to be bringing in some of my lines darker and also erasing some of my lines. I want to give that texture to the different pieces of the orange on the exterior skin. And I'm always so eager to get in there and start to do my heavy drawing. So I'm just going to start to do just a little bit of it. Just feeling out where I want the light to travel, what shape of, and really starting to see where I'm going to be giving my heavier lines versus my lighter lines. And shading kind of that circular little shadow that will be demonstrating the curvature of this orange. And I like using the side of my pencil. I don't need to go into a heavy charcoal at this point or anything. The graphite is working just nicely for me. I can do a little bit of heavier detailing even at the beginning. I just love that part. I'm just giving it just a little sharp edge. So that the orb of my orange starts to take shape not only in its circular formation but also in the shading. Bringing in a little more. I want a softer graphite pencil, so I'm going to grab this one. You can see that I jump around a lot. I am constantly looking top to bottom, left to right. And getting into that little fine detail, I just want to add some of the veins to that leaf and a little bit of edging to the stem of the orange. Those lines, which will also hint at the orb of the orange, and starting to bring in a little heavier line, and seeing where I'm also going to bring that lower shadow where the orange sits on top of the table or hard surface down below. Give it also some of the textures of the orange exterior as well. I'm starting to ramp up for the little dimples. I want to put in my darker lines here, which I can't wait to rub out with my blending stick. Another one of my favorite parts when I illustrate. see at the bottom, I've left a good portion unshaded because of the reflective light that will be from whatever surface it's sitting on. A little more detail here on the bottom portion of this leaf. Feeling out the shadows. And there's that lower portion. I really want to start to touch where that shadow is going to fall. And I will revisit this during my entire sketch. Going back and forth, as I said, constantly scanning the shape to see if it's desirable. Knowing where that light source is. Some dimples to give that texture to the orange, that exterior. And the peel of an orange is definitely dimpled. I don't want to distract too much from the shape of the orange and the shadowing on the orange, but I do want to indicate that texture. Taking my blending pencil stump, I come in, and I really do use this as a pencil in its own way. I mean, it's definitely a drawing tool. It's giving the motion. I always try to follow the lines of my subject because as I sweep down, it's also going to exemplify that motion. Here I kind of do a circular one because I know that it's got that orb, second orb within the orange type of shape with that shadow. And taking it from the bottom, sweeping it sideways. I try to kind of sculpt it out with my blending stump and bringing it up and toward the top as if it's just giving it that extra definition and shape with the shading. I want to come out just a little bit because I want it a little more full to the right. And making sure that the shape is harmonious. That makes sense to me. I'm going to add a little white charcoal here. To be honest, I like it enough, but I prefer the eraser. The eraser is just stronger. The white definitely has a place in illustration, but here I prefer to have the eraser. Again, to create some highlights and low light contrast to balance out this composition. The eraser serves so many different purposes. I love it. Blows off gently, very lightly, this bottom portion, a soft line, just connecting it and making it part of a more full orb. And touching up at the top again. Now to blow off the eraser portions. Oh yeah, that looks good to me. I'm just going to clean it up. Now, of course, you're going to want to blow the little pieces off of that eraser. Don't use your fingers or the side of your hand because you don't want to add more shading by accident. Let's take a close-up. And there's that texture and the shading with that nice blending stump. And I just did a touch of the charcoal, not so much. And I love the way this came out. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am always wishing you happy illustration creations. Have a great day.